The squad: Max Bryant QLD, Jake Carter Washington, Jackson Coleman Vic, Daniel Fallins NSW, David Grant SA, Clint Hincliffe Washington, Jonathan Merlot Vic, Harry Nielsen SA, Ben Pengili SA, Mark Steketee QLD, Henry Thornton NSW, Paramapal NSW, Bo Webster Taj, Mac Wright Taz. Possible startings are more difficult than most to pick, as all squad members will likely be played at some point in the tournament, while fitness and workloads will also be considerations that impact selection. But, if we were to speculate, they could line up with something like this: Carter, Bryant, Webster, Uppal, Hincliffe, Pengili, Thornton, Nielsen, Weeks, Fallins, Steketee, Grant. Super Steketee's stunning start in BBL. Who they're missing for this squad? It's more a case of who they've gained, with players on the fringe of state selection providing a boon for the young squad. Queenslander Mark Steketee and Tasmania's Bo Webster, both age 23, are being called the veterans and are the group's most experienced players. Just two players from last year's California's I team returned for the season: was Jake Carter and South Australia's David Grant. But you'd expect a high turnover in a development squad. The most pleasing thing for Australian cricket is the progression of players into state, and in the case of former California's I player Hilton Cartwright, international ranks. 7 of last year's California's I are playing with their state sides in this tournament: Western Australia's Will Basisto and Josh Inglis, Victoria's Sam Harper and Matt Short, New South Wales' Ryan Gibson and Arjun Nair, and Queensland's Brendan Doggett. Bo Webster struts his stuff in the Big Bash. The inside word with coach Matthew Elliott: we're in it to compete really hard, we're in it to surprise a few people this year. When you give this opportunity to a young group, there's a few who can amaze you in terms of what they can do. We've got a really talented younger group of guys that haven't quite made their state squad. Now they've got an opportunity, and some of them have got a point to prove. They don't need any motivation going into the competition. They want to get, not just onto state contract lists, but they want to get into teams, and this is a great opportunity to showcase what they can do. The talking point: can the California's I be competitive, and who will be the next big star to emerge? In 2 previous seasons, the California's I has won just the one match against Tasmania, but did fall narrowly short of a major upset against NSW last season. And if Elliott's assertion they will surprise a few people proves true this time around, it would silence any lingering naysayers about the validity of a developmental side in the competition. The 2016 result largely irrelevant with such a changed group this season, but in 2016 the California's I went winless. It was a mixed bag. Ryan Gibson hit the California's his first century in their opening match, a narrow loss to Queensland, and they fell just 4 runs short of chasing down NSW's 63-28. But there were also some lopsided results, like the 74-20 conceded to South Australia, and being bowled out for 153 by Victoria. Meet Queensland's Max Bryant, the young gun in a squad full of young guns. The teenagers in contention for next year's UNDER-19 World Cup stand to gain plenty from this tournament. Highly-rated NSW batsman Paramapal and biting opener Max Bryant can expect to feature regularly, while Victorian seam bowling all-rounder Jonathan Merlot is the only player in the squad without a state contract. For a more immediate impact, look to young leg spinner Dan Fallins to be a wicket-taking threat. Reports are he gives it an almighty rip and has spent his winter honing the art with the national performance squad. Fallins finds his feet at spin week. The pressure on Steketee, Webster, and Grant were last men cut from their state sides and will be keen to show their respective list managers why they were wrong with some big performances, particularly when coming up against their home states. The fixtures: 27 September v South Australia at Allan Border Field, Brisbane; 29 September v Queensland at Allan Border Field, Brisbane; 8 October v New South Wales at Hurstville Oval, Sydney; 10 October v Victoria at Hurstville Oval, Sydney; 13 October v Tasmania at Hurstville Oval, Sydney; 17 October v Western Australia at North Sydney Oval, Sydney.